Let's talk about the List Offer Creative framework for creating your content. Hi, I'm DJ from Rainbow Dragon Digital, and in today's video, I'm going to go through a framework that I've seen around. I can't remember exactly where, but it's called the List Offer and Creative. I'm going to just walk you through how to do that, and it might help you with creating your content. If you subscribe to my channel and you click the little bell, you'll be the first to hear when I release new videos. So I can't remember exactly where I heard this framework. I mean, I've seen it mentioned in lots of different places, but I think it was on a podcast or something. I'm sorry, I'm not attributing my sources very well here, but it's a great framework. It's really useful for when you're a little bit stuck on where to start with your marketing and you want to create some content, but you're not quite sure how to do it. And this is just a good framework to just make sure that you're doing it in the right way. And this framework just totally lines up with the steps of my framework, and I'll explain how that works. So let me explain the framework. LOC, List, Offer, Creative. Okay, that's the order of steps that you need to take, and how they relate to my framework is that the list is target person, the offer is the USP, and the creative is the creating the content. I've got my little extra steps of choosing the channels and managing your resources, and I'll explain why I think those are important to slot into this framework. But let's talk about the list, offer, creative and what it means. List. So the list part of this means define your list correctly. What it means is make sure that you have found a list of people that you're going to contact with your offer, your marketing, and it means really defining that list clearly and making sure that the list is relevant. You know, you don't want to be using like a gigantic list of loads of people unless that's how your offer is going to work. Right? So your list and your offer need to work together just like your target person and your USP need to work together. So the offer, the second bit, offer, is about defining the offer. Define the offer that works with that list. What is the offer you're making to them that they care about? And just like my USP is all about, you know, making sure that the thing you're offering satisfies the wants, needs, fears, and frustrations of the target person, your offer needs to match the list. And then the final step is creative. So build the creative based on that offer to go to that list, right? So you need to start, you need to do it in that order. Who are you targeting first? What are you going to give them? And then create the content that you're going to send out to them. And in my structure, I've added a little bit of a step between offer and creative, where it's choosing the channels, because I think that there's a need to make sure that the creative that you build matches the channel that you're going to use to distribute that content. And I've added an extra step onto the end where we manage your resources, because in the end, creating that content might not be you. It might not be you personally creating that content. So you need to make sure that you manage the people that are working with you, make sure that you manage the amount of money that you have in your business, and that everything is working. So if you're stuck, if you're feeling a little bit like, I don't know where to start with my content creation, use either my 5 steps or simplify it down to list, offer, creative, and maybe that will help you make a start.